na hawakuwa tayari. Kwa hivyo Mkenya ameamua kaka, na ndugu zangu wa Kenya wengi tu tumeamua haswa kwamba lazima tupate the right person ambaye ataweza kupeleka hili taifa letu mbele kwa minajili yetu na kwa minajili ya vizazi vinavyokuja. So ni sauti ya Mkenya, si sauti ya viongozi. Hata mkiwaponda, mkisema Uhuru ana fund, does not make sense. Mkisema sio familia moja ina fund, hii sio maandamano. Hakuja kuwa na maandamano, hizi ni public gathering. Hatujaanza maandamano kabisa. Sasa ile wachenu na mchecheto na wasiwasi na kutaka kujua ni wapi tuna mbinu gani, hizi duka zitakusaidia kaka. Na ule mwenye na ule mfuasi mwingine wa UDA ambaye anafikiria, je, wakitoka hapa what are their plans? Je, wataelekea? Na hamtaweza kujua kwa sababu ni mwananchi mwenye amepanga. Kwa hivyo tuache kwanza tufanye public gatherings, hapo tutengeneze kitambo, tukuchukua kwa maamuzi, basi ni hapo mbele tutajua kwamba kumbe walikuwa tumepanga nini. But for the time being mtatafuta kiini ili mjaribu, lakini muda wenu ushakwisha na uongo wenu sasa umewaweka peupe. Asanteni ndugu zangu wale wa moderator kwa hiyo nafasi. Niachie tu pale.
Asante Msimamo for that. Wacha nimlete Mr. G. Alafu nimeona Mato yuko hapa. Stone PK utaleta Asembo na ulete Domi. Nichukue kikombe cha maji kidogo. Na hata ninaona Mato yuko hapa.
Sawa, tuko wawili, tutaendesha email vizuri.
Okay, thank you Temper, Stone PK, Duke, Asembo, Kenya with Love, Domi na Msimamo. I greet you guys na wale wote ambao wanatusikia. You know, Duke, there's an argument you have raised on the issue of CC. We just to follow the right way. So I don't know which way do you want us to follow, because I think we tried it in voting. We tried to speak in voting, tukavote, but Chebukati and the three thieves wakabangle the election. Tukanyamaza, tukasema basi wacha twende kotini. When we went to Supreme Court, the prophetess Kome akamua pia kutumesi. Ukasema sawa, let's give you people now 100 days. Tuone kama mtaonyesha your ability to govern. 100 days imeisha and hakuna, there's nothing you can show. So what do you think we have to follow? Which way do you think that we can follow? Which is the right way? Kama tukijaribu zote zimekataa. Listen to what Raila said jana juzi akiwa Nigeria. He just said one word. Kuwa this time round Kenya will serve as an example. And I think that's the place ambapo tumefikia sasa. Sasa ni wakati ambao Kenya inafaa serve as an example. Tumejaribu every way, imekataa. Tumejaribu njia yote tukakuwa ongwana, lakini mmetuona kama wapumbavu. Nimeona ukiongea hapa issue on tax. I don't know Kenya ulikuwa lini mwisho Kenya. Do you know a number of people bado hawajaelewa kuwa kuna watu wanakatwa on tax on bank bila kujua. Wakati unatuma pesa zako kutoka bank kutumia mtu, inakatwa direct bila kujua. Hiyo kitu haikuwa. But hapo unaongea unasema hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Sijui umekuwa Kenya lini mwisho. So I think you before uongee kuja kwanza on the ground. Waangalie what is happening on the ground. Ndio kuja kwa television ushare. In Kenya right now a number of people are passing through a lot of pain. Kwa sababu ya nini? Promises ambazo huyu mkora aliwadanganya kwa akiingia atafanya. We gave him 100 days to prove himself if we can govern. Alisema atarudisha maisha ya watu chini. Sijiona kurudisha maisha ya watu chini. The guy ameendelea kupiga kifua akisema sisi tulikuwa na deep states, sisi tulikuwa na system na akatushinda hivyo. Sasa which kind of a president do you ambao unafikiria tunaweza mruhusa endelee kukaa Kenya for another maybe 2 years ama 3 to 4 months again ambao zinakuja? Time imeshafika. The same way Stone PK amesema this time round tunaenda State House. Hiyo nao kaa tu ukijua tushaamua ni wananchi, na Raila pia uzuri ashasema hata kama nikufa ako ready kukufa. Mata Karua pia amesema kama ako ready kufa, ako ready kufa. Sasa imeshafika time, you just know that tunaenda State House na lazima huyu mtu atoke because tumempatia time haja prove. Tumejaribu njia zote haja prove. Wewe unasema tufuate the right way. The right way ni kwenda tu kwa nini? Kwa street. Kwa sio pieko kwa constitution. Hakuna njia nyingine. Stone PK.
Thank you Mr. G. Ni kweli hapo the right way ni kufuata katiba, na hiyo katiba tumefuata. Katiba tulifuata mpaka tukapiga kura tarehe 9 na katiba ikavunjwa na yule ambaye aliiba kura. Sasa tunafukuzana na mwizi, na ukifukuzana na mwizi is the right way to catch the thief. Chase the thief, catch the thief. The right way, tutamua kama tutanyonga ama tutapeleka kwa polisi. Haya, next alikuwa ni nani? Asembo. Karibu.
Oh, okay, asante sana Stone PK. Good to see you Mr. G. Msimamo Kenyan with love. Nimekuona pale. Mr. Demba, I think chai bado hajakuwa tayari. Guys, I really don't want to punch Duke, but I want him to understand, because Stone PK amemwelezea, Mr. G amemwelezea, Demba amemwelezea. But Duke, I want you to understand the course that you are taking. I want to break it down in a 4 steps that I think will make you now understand it better. The revolution that it's happening needs few things for it to happen. One thing that the most important thing is central truth. Central truth is there's electoral injustices that has been happening in this country that need to be rectified. Central truth, even you know it. 2007, 2013, 2017, 2022 now is the one that now makes to clean it up. Another central truth is that these guys got into power, removed subsidies, removed everything, messed the economy, and expense and life has become crazy for Kenyans. Kila mwananchi, ikuwa ulikuwa umempigia kura, ukiwa kumpigia kura, wameingia wakachafua kabisa. That's another central truth. So what needs to happen after central truth that you need to learn and understand that we need reforms. Reforms means that we must do it, we must do them now before we go to 2027. So if you can't correct this mess of electoral injustice right now, then we don't talk about 2027. That must happen, reforms. And that must happen with the people. After reforms, what happens again is action plan. Action plans can happen in different ways. Picketing, rioting, demonstrations, boycotts. Now, Baba too, amesema too, we are still doing the public consultations, we are meeting, we are starting to build up with the consultations, Jacaranda meetings, Kamukunji meetings, action plans iko mingi. So I hope you're understanding my steps. That's what things happening. So we don't know what's going to happen in Kibra, because that's the next meeting. He may again he may remove another bombshell in Kibra, something that you don't know. Since tulishaambiwa mambo ya whistleblower about the electoral injustices, tuliambiwa na whistleblower. So Kibra atatuambia kitu ingine next. Another thing that you need to know about revolution is securing resources. That's why umeona wameenda kuingilia serikali, wameenda kuingilia familia ya Uhuru Kenyatta, ati Uhuru is funding Raila. Raila hakuna pesa. But at the end of the day, we'll need resources. And resources ni kitu iko. Tuseme saizi, the diasporans wakishikana hata 1,000 na kila mtu, juzi Julia was talking about even donating $500 each. The resources are there for this thing to happen. So that's another thing that's worrying your people. And this is what's happening. And now I hope you're understanding why this thing is happening. And lastly, but not even least, I'm just trying to summarize for you this so you understand what's happening. It needs somebody who is courageous to take on the heat. And this is Raila amesema yuko tayari kukufa. Umesema hata Garo amesema yuko tayari kukufa. These are guys who have been there before. They've dealt with the past government and they know how to take the heat. And that's what the people needed. Somebody who can come out and be a leader and a symbol. And that's what Raila is doing. After that, this thing is going to go beyond Raila. It's going to go beyond Martha Karua. It's with the people. And that's what Son PK was telling you. Kama ni kukimia kwa status kama watu wa Sri Lanka, itafanyika. Because already kuna pesa, kuna sababu inafanyika, kuna sababu inafaa ifanyike na ili irekebishe vitu tofauti, inafaa irekebishwe. So Duke, understand those things. Why revolution is happening. So usikue kama hii ndio uko naelewa kwa nini inafanyika. I hope now with those breakdown nimekupatia una understand. And basically one thing you need to know, Raila right now is trusting the people he's fighting for. And that's why you see he's not parading the likes of the member of parliament. He's gone to the people that he's fighting for, the local Mwananchi, those who will take it straight away from him. Not those who will be bought and called for a seminar or a meeting somewhere, given handouts, and then they go and they disappear. He's gone to the people that he's fighting for, meaning he trusts the people that if he tells them tomorrow ni kukaa chini na kufunga mabiashara, itafanyika. So I think with those simple breakdown, Drew, you understand what we're talking about here. Unless there's something else that you need me to clarify for you. Thank you, Mr. Piston Pike.
Thank you, Asembo. Asembo, hiyo lesson ni ngumu kwa watu wa UDA. I don't know whether you have ever been a teacher. Hiyo lesson hata ukifunza 40 minutes period inakuanga 40 minutes ni ngumu au kuelewa sana. My very good teacher Mrs. Ouma alikuwa anasema hii yule ataona ni ngumu aende akacheze didi huko kwa field kuja baadaye. Hiyo ni ngumu sana because hiyo hata hawawezi shikanisha. Alafu manake ni ngumu mpaka wanakuambia ati kwanza tuende kwa reform. Who will do the reform? Ruto? Ndio nakwambia hiyo lesson hawawezi shika. Watakwambia Ruto asimamie reform za nini? Za electoral. Kenyan with love. Come in, bud.
Thank you, Mr. Stone PK. Umesema ukweli, that lesson is a very hard one for them to understand. They just seem not to understand anything that we try to say. Or what? Not us. You know, sometimes I realized just the other day that sometimes when we come to Nasema us, they think is Azimio. It's not Azimio, it's the common Mwananchi, it's people, including their own people. Some of them have jumped ship. You know, when a ship is going down, you have to jump out. Watu wameruka ship bwana, and they're not getting it. I don't understand. Maybe, yani, I'm confused. Yani, I'm as confused as Ruto too, because they're not getting that people have jumped ship. You know, sometimes we talk to people back in Kenya, and especially people who actually, you know, follow politics and are known to be kind of political, you know, analyzing the politics of the day and actually our you know, our country and where the country is going. I have so many people who are UDA damu that has changed and jumped ship. Wengi wameacha hii kitu bwana, wanaona hapa kimeumana. But I wanted to I have a little, I mean, just a couple of points that I wanted to point out. Duke and your crew, I just want to say this. There was the biggest propaganda that was propagated about this after post-election was that si tunawajua ni wale wa kung'oa reli, wataleta vita, watafanya nini, and to try to corner and if you remember the time that we were having the elections, there was a statement that came that don't go to Kisumu because Kisumu there might be chaos and stuff like that. The thing is that they were pushing so much that Baba will bring chaos and things never to come easy, but it's not working. And so now they are cornered because they thought it would become chaotic. And what they don't understand, which I think they do understand, is just that they don't, they use it as a good fighting machinery. That Baba has never brought any chaos. It's the people that actually come out and say, this is not going to work. This is not right. And when you have the people talking is where you get even Baba cornered, because now he has to calm down the, you know, the crowds. People want to go to State House. People are tired, but now he has to also calm that. But then they're realizing that this is not working, and that's why now they're starting to attack people like Moi, Kenyatta, to elicit chaos. And it's not going to work this time. And like you guys were saying, this is not Baba initiated. This is the people who are saying. This is why you have the bunge, and I said it here, the bunge la wananchi is something you have to watch very carefully, because now people are starting to have conversations that they never had a chance to have those conversations by themselves, people to people. You're finding is the leaders themselves who are being summoned by the people. Baba has already been warned by people, no handshake. Not him, but the people are the ones who have said, we're not going to have a handshake, and we don't want you to have any kind of handshake. This is because, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, people, ladies and gentlemen, let me say that because I know people are watching. You do not come to my house, take my sufuria, walk away with it, and then tell me, accept and move on. Uongo. The truth is, kura ziliibiwa. And it's a damn, I mean, it's a truth that is there. And it has to be addressed. Winston PK was over here, but I think he can still listen. I have a friend that ran for MCA Mwala constituency. He has the numbers because he was there and people were there. He's actually a software engineer. Today he wanted to come in and show people how it was done. Because I don't understand if people really have accepted that this was a rigged thing. And that's a fact. We know it. Some of us, not even Duke, when they come here, they don't want to address that thing. It's kind of like I've always asked them, where did Ruto get his vote? And they never have that answer. Now we are starting to see it. Let me go to the tax thing. Do you guys understand? So when you attack CBA, CBA is a CBA, which is, yes, associated with Kina Uhuru. Do you understand that's a bank? And every bank in Kenya is under CBK, Central Bank of Kenya. So there's no way a bank cannot pay taxes. It shows you when you go to take your money. You cannot. Let's stop these games of blame games. And also, while at that, let me ask, hii familia Ruto yenye alisema sijui inampatia 1.5 million a day, which I don't know where it is, because no, I mean, here Google, you can find it. But again, that one, let's talk about Amaco. Amaco associated with Ruto. It's already been taken to court, sued. Weston Hotel, does he pay taxes himself before he starts attacking Kina Moi? And what are you attacking Moi about? What? Nini, the school, Kabarak? I don't know what you're attacking. Yes, and ladies and gentlemen, this is the repercussions of having a mafia boss leading a country. They run around. The propaganda of Raila ni mganga, Raila ni nini kupeleka kung'oa reli has not worked. Now they are coming back with something else. And at the same time, they are becoming the Sherlocks of the people that they're supposed to be heading and helping. They're telling you that subsidies are not worth it. And what do you know? We pay taxes because of subsidies, so that our lives can be subsidized by the taxes that we pay in everything that we do, so that tukienda kujenga barabara. I've said this, I need people to understand what a subsidy is. In case of anything, you can be subsidized by your government. School, you can be subsidized by your government. Infrastructure, you can be subsidized by your government. Importation, you can be subsidized by your government. So if we cannot be subsidized by our government, then why pay taxes? Tuachane nayo. Every man for themselves, God for us all. And they're coming na kile alikuwa akisema kizungu mingi, trying to lie to people because he understands that some people don't understand this thing. And he's very worried for channels like this because people are actually starting to talk. Ukienda pale ushago mtu ajui nini umwambie tu hivi ndo wamefanya hivyo, then they just take it. But some people have really are understanding what is happening, and he's having a hard time because this is not the Stone Age days. This is times if you want to come and govern without lies. Govern understanding that the people that you're talking to understand what is happening. Wacha nisimamia hapo, Stone Pike ameenda hapi. I don't have my rights today. Nimekuja na simu, so I can't add anyone, but I don't know who was next before Stone or Themba comes back.
Maybe Duke to respond.
Yes. Mr. Chi, you said that we followed the right procedure. We went to election, the results were there, went to court. But there was no justice. We are not disputing that the right procedure must be followed. What I'm disputing is that, is the claim genuine? For example, if I ask you, Mr. Chi, there was a whistleblower who came and said, right about 8.2 million. Have you interrogated that claim? Or it's just a 100% fact? Then if I came and say, just let me finish and then you come in. So then it means if individuals comes and makes statement and you don't question those statements, the problem is there. Because if you are talking about justice, the first step towards getting justice is establishing the truth. So if we cannot find what's the truth, then there is no justice. Even when we have there was a report which called a commission, Truth, Justice and Reconciliation Commission. So the first word is truth, then the second is justice, and then reconciliation. So but before you start fighting for something or start to claim that you are fighting for justice,
Duke,
establish the truth. That's number one.
Duke.
Then we are talking about. Let
Duke.
me finish something. I want to finish so
I
that
want to tell you something. Just a quick one, Duke. I think you're doing a disservice to the people who are listening to us. I think you need to, first of all, when you talk about the whistleblower, that report is public. It's public. Go get it, read it, look at it, look at the numbers, and again, ask anyone, if you know anyone that was on the, on the ground, or if you can even get that form 34A. Look at it and compare, because you're talking like it's just a whistleblower and the report is not public. It's public. If you want the link, I'll send it to you. So that way you were talking from something that we understand.
No, not at all.
Exactly. Let me add something, Duke, before you respond. On the same whistleblower, the form ambayo Kenya with Love ameshare, on the same form kuna kitu inaitwa barcode, and that barcode you can scan and get the whole information on what happened, wakati ilipigwa hiyo picha, wakati ilituma, you can get everything. A question now, wakati whistleblower issue that report, ushaona any IBC kina hawa kora hawa kina Chepcheta kina Hussein, ushaona wakisimama wakipinga hiyo kitu? Kwa nini wamesimama time ambayo amesema aliwaona akija kwa nyumba yake? Kwa nini wanapigania mambo ya kuja kwa nyumba yake lakini haongei kuhusu figures? Okay, just go back to that report, chukua that form, piga scan, utaona what happened. Wakati walituma na anything ambayo happened kwa hiyo timu, utajua ndio ujue kweli kitu kwa ni ya ukweli.
You see, now that's where you are missing the point. It's not about how detailed the report is or how well written it is. It's about is it authentic? For example, if you come with allegations, or I'm accusing you that I saw you murdered somebody, you entered the door, did ABCD, and I paid that very accurately, step by step. So does that, no, just a moment, does that become the truth?
Look at question.
No, because you are now that is interruption, because if I cannot be allowed to complete a statement, then we cannot move forward. I'm talking about, it's not about how
TV.
So it's about how do we, for example, evidence, because if some information has come out, there must be investigation, there must be evidence, then it will be proved beyond doubt that this is the fact. How comes now a person comes with a report and it becomes a fact like that? Have you seen even in any court that somebody gives information which are actually, I can call them allegation, and then it becomes the truth? There must be the due process of investigation. Of course, I know some of you may say we don't even trust the IPs, or what even, we can even talk about an international body or something of that kind, so that we have an establishment, a conclusion that this report is accurate and it's true. But if you are saying it's 100% accurate and true without even interrogation and investigation and evidence and all those, then that we cannot move forward. That's what I want to. I think it's Assemble said that. No, you will respond. I'm moving to a different part. Assemble, you said that there must be reforms to IPC. There must be all those things you said, that Raila and what I've said, they are ready to die, something of that kind. Yes, I understand there must be reforms for institutions, for IPC, even for the government, for if a country has to transform. But what are those proposals for reforms? What's the way forward? You can't say that we want reforms and you don't even have one proposal of what are those reforms and what does those reforms entail. You are saying we want to reform it, but you don't have any proposal. The same thing which has been happening, for example, they said remove Hassan Hussein. Remember, even in 2017, remember people demonstrated for Chepkat and died for him. But nobody took even a case to court, or nobody even took a motion to parliament to remove Chepkat. And the same people were comfortable with Chepkat to preside again, and now they are, you see now that appears like
summarize the Duke to kuchape, summarize to kuchinje.
So I'm done.
You're done. Thank you, Duke. What you're asking for, there is no formula mingi investigation nini ni kungoa Ruto. We are removing Ruto from State House, then reconstituting the country. Kenyan with Love, and then followed by Domi, and then Mr. G.
I had a question for Duke when he's talking about evidence. And someone cannot just come with an evidence in a court of law and it becomes the truth and the truth. Duke, if you murdered someone and you had and someone came with a DNA, DNA, does that lie? So is that an is that equal to being acquitted if you murdered someone and then
No,
you are accused
DNA
of
is
something?
a result of an investigation because you have to take
So
samples
now,
to an hospital.
Let's have order,
now
please.
on the
Please,
internet,
don't unmute yourself. If you unmute, I'll mute you. Just raise your hand and raise.
so on the when you do website, when you go to the internet, there's something called fingerprints, which they call digital fingerprints. And like when the thing that has been asked for a long time, the JPEG versus the PDF. Once you change something, you leave a fingerprint because now you become the author of that document, and it shows. And so the fingerprints are there. It's called the DNA of the digital world, and that is what the whistleblower has come with, where you can see where it was altered. And this is not something that started right now. It started before. We said it before elections were announced. If you remember a tweet, go back and look, of Churchill saying, "We know what you guys did yesterday at 3 a.m. when we were waiting for the portal elections. I mean, for the portal results to be put, and they were stopped." He was there. So Duke is a DNA of the digital world. That is what it is, and that is why you're having IEBC cannot refute it. They will not come back and say no because watajieka kwa shida, because it's the truth, is the DNA. Sorry, Mr. Chair. That's all I have.
Thank you. Domi, Mr. G, and then Domi. Mr. G, then Domi.
Just to add something again, do you remember the reducible minimum? Do you remember anything concerning the reducible minimum? Kujua hapo umesema kuwa hakuna siku tushia kuja na reforms. Tujaitisha reforms, tujaenda kotini, tujafanya anything. Have you ever read what was in the reducible minimum?
Go ahead, endelea. Submit, wachana na Duke. We just ask and answer.
Ndio nilikuwa nataka kumjibu kwa hiyo, kwa sababu alikuwa anadanganya watu hapa. Kuna nini anasema yuko kwa kona muingize. Kuna huyo speaker, huyo Alex.
Okay, Domi.
Okay, I think Duke hii maneno ya nini ya IEBC na results tumeongea mara nyingi sana. It is either unatuchukulia sisi ni wajinga ama there is something wrong na vile unafikiria. There is some disorder pahali na vile unafikiria. Now wacha tuifuate. One thing vile Mkenya Lava ameongea hapa. There is a fingerprint to know to show that easy documents, easy PDF zenye ziko kwa portal, they originated from somebody else who is not the King's Kit, because King's Kit ilikuwa inatuma JPEG, haikuwa inatuma kama PDF, so it did not originate from a JPEG, from the King's Kit. Yeah, and you know that. Usijifanya hujui. That is enough doubt. Tukaona hapa hivi mambo ya nini nini mbili zimetoka, two results zimeingia na the same IP address, which means zimetumwa na kompyuta moja. Yeah, that is a fact. Now hapa hivi kuna mtu amekuletea an evidence yenye hata wewe, it does not need a court. Yeah, haihitaji court, it only needs you as Duke uchukue hii code, wanahitaji hii code ya hapa nyuma, upige hiyo picha, then it will show everything up to the end.
and yet unataka kutuambia hapa ati listen, truth is provable. Chebukati could not prove kuwa hizo documents zilitoka kwa nini kwa hizo Kimskit. He cannot prove because they are not a JPEG. He cannot prove, but we can prove that he document zenye zimetumwa na huyu whistleblower can be traced to the original. What Mkenya anakuambia hivi, go check mwenyewe. Yeah, now listen to me. I don't know if you remember, there is a statement that he said, do justice and let justice be seen to be done. Not justice. Usiseme tu, I've done justice, but you cannot see the justice. That is rubbish. Do that justice yenye tunaona, yenye this justice. You have done an injustice. Mpaka umesikia watu, I don't know how many cases zilipelekwa court. Nobody is willing to go to court to present these cases. Kwa sababu anajua there is injustice. Tukishajua there is injustice huko, alafu tena wewe unakuja kutuambia turudi tena kwa ile court yenye tunajua is injustice. My friend, we are not fools. And that is now the reason as to why Kenyans are taking a step. Now let me quote the constitution. Ile inasema. Constitution inasema the ultimate authority is with the people. They can exercise it indirectly or directly. If they are trying to exercise it indirectly and it's not working, that is why they are going to exercise directly. They have a right to eject the president. Unataka nirudie? They have a right to eject the president, and it is in the constitution. Usituletee hapa kutuambia at the right way. Now, if that one you are calling the right way is not working, it did not work in 2017, it did not work in 2007, it did not work in 2013, it did not work in 2017. And you expect us to do the same thing. A wise man says, it is only a fool who does the same thing, the same way, and expect different results. So, ninarudia, we are not fools. That is why we think that we have now to take it by ourselves. Yeah?
Haya. Asante Domi. Ya, na mnasahau kuzungumzia juu ya MPs. In the topic there also, we also have issues of MPs fighting the media. But for me, I don't think we have MPs, and they are of no consequence in our fight. Our objective is to remove Ruto. Before I bring in, I think, Warren County. One point here. Azimio or other supporters of this revolution should also know that Ruto and others are very good at using the other issues to be decoy, to distract attention. Even this tax issue, they are just bringing Uhuru issue. It's just to distract us, but we are so focused. Tunamwambia kama unataka kufunga Uhuru, endelea. Ukitaka kufunga ule, endelea. Lakini kung'oka unang'oka. Just harakisha. That is the thing. Yani ni moto. We say it now, we are the driller. Drillers ina drilling mpaka chuma. Sasa sisi ndio chuma ile inarekedanga zingine. Mbele we say chuma irekedaga yengi. Yani kuna chuma ina drill chuma. Na hiyo ndio sisi sasa. Hii revolution is non-stoppable. Wood County.
Duke has made me kinda think I'm smarter than him today. Vitu amekuwa akisema ya mwisho tu ndiye alisema, ile ya kwanza alisema vizuri, but sometimes I listen to Duke unapata tu nimetoroka kidogo ndio nirudi. And you know, Duke is my personal friend. When we speak personally, he's an intellectual, but when he comes here, he's a sycophant. Hiyo kitu vile Ndeta amekuambia, it is the DNA. You cannot, even me, I did not know. I had to go research about it. We have tight evidence. And then let me tell you, Duke, today again, you made a blunder. The blunder is that you told us the history of a country. Even as we can tell you tons of history where the people took their rights and presidents went. Sri Lanka, vile Domi amekuambia, the power, you can have the Supreme Court, but the power is with the people. And if the masses are many, we are only waiting to exhaust everything. Once we exhaust everything, we will walk there, and we know most of us will die. The international community will come in, and that's when you will realize that the power is with the people. And these people who put him here, the dossier that came from Britain that I watched today about how the UK government and official, especially the ambassador, was involved. These people, ndio Makau amesema, international people, why do they interfere? It's because they have interests. Wakiona the country is going to anarchy, they will leave him so that the interest they have in that country, ibaki. If people don't have interest with Somali, they will leave Somali to go to anarchy. The truth is that US will not leave Kenya to go into anarchy. So ndio kuacha kujificha bana. Kuja hapa unatuambia ukweli. Usiseme tu kitu because unatetea watu wako. There is a tight evidence. Not only that, leo baba ameweka Chebukati, jana Chebukati amejieta kwa moto, amesema anataka ultimatum ya 7 days. Hiyo 7 days tunajua baba hatampea hiyo. Baba will wait until everything is exhausted. Baba does not say anything that there is a CCTV kwake na everything they spoke. And that is the time Ruto will be forced now to go to the court. And the person that he bribed is Koome. Koome is sick. And history tells us, hao watu ambao wameharibu Kenya, from Kivuitu, from Isaac Hassan, I don't know why people continue to make mistakes when they know that when you subvert the will of the people, God is the ultimate judge. You are not the judge. Koome is not the ultimate judge. So, Duke, when we have exhausted everything, unafikiria baba ni mjinga kwenda South Africa? Baba ni mjinga kwenda Abuja? Baba ni mjinga kwenda Kibira? We are exhausting. When you lituambia, let's do things right. And that's what we are doing. Evidence is there. Thank you.
Thank you, Wood County. Themba, you are back. Welcome back. Yes, Asembo, is it a question or a rejoinder? And then Duke.
Just a rejoinder, but I realize what you were saying, that the lesson I was taking Duke through, it's a difficult lesson. Because the first thing, he has agreed that there was electoral injustice. He has agreed that there was the economy has been messed with, the government has taken place. But then again, it's coming back to ask us, what is the reforms we're talking about? So I'm now just giving up on Duke and telling Duke, watch the pace. At times, you can teach, there's much you can teach, and then you leave it to the people now to feel the pain and not to feel the heat. So Duke, I can't say any much. I can't teach you further than that. The way I broke it down for you to in a in a very simple way to understand it, but seems you want to face it in a different way. So let's pray for the best.
Thank you. You know, it is true. Hiyo lesson ni ngumu, si Duke peke yake, ni ngumu kwa UDA. Sasa tumesema wangoja waone tuna macho wataiona na macho vile inaenda. Nani Duke ulikuwa imeinua mkono. What do you want to say? Something?
Yes, you see, one thing about me is that I speak my mind. So Asemba, I've not paid you, I'm not a student, I've not paid you school fees to teach me. So if you want me to think like you or to sway me to align with your statements, it's impossible because we are very different. And because of differences, that's why we survive. But what I'm saying is this. Any evidence provided in court or wherever, there must be at least some reasonable investigation and scrutiny. So if any individual gives information and then you say it's 100% correct or perfect, that is very wrong. It's actually, I can't even understand that there are some people who are saying it's 100% correct. There must be some form of scrutiny, investigation. Even in countries, you can see a person shooting a person. Even there are cameras which takes a person shooting another one. But there must be some investigation because with the digital age, all those videos can be made with photoshopping. Everything can be not. You know, there are Kenyans who have even original national IDs, which is fake. So all I'm saying is that there must be some form of investigation, or some. And I'd not say that there was that the election of 2020 was unfair. I said previously there was some obvious mistakes for like 2007, 2017. That's a fact. But this 2020, I cannot agree with you because if you are talking about those PDF or electronic transfer or electronic data, something of that kind, you forget that electronic data or electronic transmission is a secondary mechanism, which is actually its main purpose is to verify the manual process. So what about those physical forms which were transmitted manually with people by road? So are you telling me it's a coincidence? So tell me that there was a form from Kiambu which was brought physically by somebody's statistics, and in the electronic form is very different. Then we can discuss. But now that's I can't just agree like that.
Please, don't unmute.
I think Nani.
Let me direct this debate. We are not going to debate on the electoral, whatever happened, okay? Because we will be wasting some very good time. At your papers were this, papers were that. We are at a very advanced stage. All your questions have been answered, Bwana Duke Mareba, okay? We are past hizo. Whatever you guys did with those papers, hiyo ni yenyu tu. You are naked. We have exposed you naked. And how we have exposed you naked, mungoje tu mutaona. For me, I would not bother even countering, trying to prove something about the papers, about Form 34A and all that. I would not bother unless you have something different. Kenyan with love, then go down like that. 1 minute, 1 minute. Tuachane na hiyo. Kenyan with love.
No, mine is actually just a question, and people who, Duke, whose duty is it to disprove evidence? Because you're talking about evidence. If the evidence comes, is it the defense or the accused? I mean, or the accuser. Who is it to go and demystify that? And the reason I'm asking that is because the people that are being accused that these things were not right, and here's the real evidence, the DNA, like I said, why are they not coming out to disprove that? And you're here telling us that that's not right. Mr. Chair, that was a burning question to me. I just wanted to ask a question.
Thank you. Domi?
Okay, the reason as to why we are talking of the King's Kit is so that when they change the forms, the hard copies, because I think everybody saw it was on camera, akina Gladys Sholewa kukuja kubadilisha hizo maforms hapo hivyo, it was on camera, zilikuwa zinabadilishwa hapo. Sasa sijui Duke anatuambia nini.
Yeah, thank you, Domi. That's why I was saying, if this case goes even to international level, all those clips will be played. It was all nonsense. I mean, if it will be revisited, but there is no point of revisiting because we have had evidence. Wacha wangoje. Hiyo 8.1 million si ati tumetoka kwa choo tukaanza kuropokwa. Hata wamenyamaza kama maji mtungini because they know they have been caught with their pants down. Tunawachungulia hivi. Tuachane na hiyo. Anything different? Bwana Temba, you want to say something?
Yeah, you know, I told Duke that we are past Amanda. We are past legalities. Tulitoka huko. So that's what I wanted to say, but Duke has gone. We are done with trying to tell us. Oh. He has disappeared. Back to you, Chairman.
Thank you, Themba. Yeah, unajua sasa hii watu niliambia nani hata ukitaka kuwafunza itakuwa, you know, truly speaking, without even rejoicing because we are the ones supporting revolution, this thing is so embarrassing for Ruto and all those who stole the election. It is, you know, for me, I worry for my country. One, because it is a shame. The shame has been brought. This is the second time my country is suffering international shame. The 207 clashes, when we slaughtered each other, because we've been a part of Africa. We've been all along, we were boasting, we were peaceful and all that. Then boom, 207. Ikatuletea aibu ya ajabu. Mpaka everywhere you went, hata ukisema wewe ni Mkenya, oh, you guys who just fought over the election like that. Sasa the second one, ikakuja, we were trying to correct when Maraga nullified the election. At least we gained 50% of the points we had lost. Watu wakaona sisi ni wa deadly, tunakosea na tunakosoa wenyewe. Then now we've gone deeper, where the most unpopular person becomes the president and is announced and is even pronounced by the same court that had set a record for nullifying. I don't know whether you guys feel the pain I am in. That is the pain I am in as a Kenyan. All along, I feel sad. Mpaka hata hii badge huwa saa ingine nasikia kuitoa. Ni vile siwezi itoa. You feel so bad. But now, I'm feeling I'm getting rejuvenated because we have a cause to subdue. And that's why I applaud Baba. The statements he's making, that this has to be corrected. So once again, Kenya is going to be on the map to correct. And that's why the other day I was saying, when you say two wrongs can't make a right. So when there have been two wrongs, when do you now come and put the big right? And this is the time for Kenya, so that we erase all the rot, all the nonsense that we have done, and we will redeem ourselves as a people. That's why for me, this should never fail. This, whichever way, whatever cost, whatever it takes for us to get it right, let it be. The people, Dedan Kimathi and others sacrificed. That's why we are where we are. Magufuli sacrifice. That's why Tanzania it's where it is now. You see, he died because he took it head on. Watu wakasema, oh, he's firing people on the roadside. Umeshika mwizi na nyanyi, alikuwa anasema umeshika mtu na transformer, na unajua hizo transformer ni za KP and LC, na hata zimeandikwa government of Kenya ama government of Tanzania. Alafu unaanza kusema investigation hizo, Duke anaanza kusema hapa umepata mtu kwake bedsheet ameweka za Kenyatta National Hospital ziko na muhuri, and then you start saying that you have to do sijui nini. Huyo ni unanyonga on the spot. Kama juzi kuna clipping na ilikuwa inazunguka Tanzania, jamaa bilioni sijui ngapi wamekula za damu. The guy was alishikwa hapa akawekwa kwa Land Rover jokingly. Hiyo clip nafikiri ilikuwa imecirculate na Bernard or somebody, you know, kimchezo tu bwana fulani bilioni 3 sijui tuonyeshe mabawa ya hizi bilioni. Akasema naomba wapi mkuu wa nini wa polisi, naomba mkamate, na jamaa akaingizwa pingu hapo kwa Land Rover na ikakuwa hivyo. That is where we are now. That is, let's not pretend that we are tenants, that we are sijui si ndio tuna lead kwa democracy nini na nini. US ndio walikuwa na boast juu ya democracy. Yesterday I said it, but they have corrected the mess that happened because of extreme saying kila mtu ana uhuru ya kufanya vile. Hauna uhuru ya kwenda kunini inaitwaje subvert the will of the people. Okay, so for me, I think and believe whatever it takes, and I keep on repeating without reservation, whatever, hata kama ni Stone PK kichwa itaenda, I'll be there. Iende, I'll be celebrating in heaven or hell. Yes, but Kenyan with the love, and then MG, and then Mr. G.
Sorry, Stone, the only reason is niminua mkono is because there's something I have to do. I was asking tu niseme tu kitu dakika moja and then I go. Maybe I might come back later. Stone, you opened what was my submission. You know, Miss Jafanya's submission, I was just reacting to what was happening. But just one sentence, ingine nitafanya maybe kesho. I want Kenyans to understand that we have to understand what a president is. We have a very young constitution, and Mother Koome did a disservice to our country. Maraga nullified elections on some issues on why things were not right. The same things were presented this time, and that was a precedent. And when you have a constitution is a moving car, if that can be used. If a court of law goes and sets a precedent about something, it's so rare, and I've never seen it, and I've been looking, that another court, I mean the same court of law, comes back and actually looks at, I mean, trashes what already had been done by the same court of law. So when Koome comes and gets the same thing, Maraga the other day told us it was the process. If anybody remembers what it was that nullified those elections. And then you come and get the same thing with Koome. And all of a sudden now they're not looking at that. Umechanganya the constitution because some courts go by, in the case of Raila Odinga versus what, that's how they come up with their decisions, because that's a precedent that had already been set. We had set a very good precedent, but this court, this time, I have no idea what happened, and I was such a mesmerized person to see them decry the whole thing that had already happened, and the precedents that we were so praised, we were praised by the whole world and Africa, that you cannot steal elections and you will go back to elections if need be. And this time had way more evidence to where we even went. Julius Senteu went to the portal, told them, get ingia hapo mwenyewe. Look. And mi kwangu mimi hiyo kitu iliniharibu akili, because I know as the constitution that we have ni kidogo sana. Places that we do live in, you will go to court and they will tell you in the case of even kama kuna mtu anafuatanga vitu za US, they will tell you Roe v. Wade, you know, you will hear some things because the constitution has been there and it moves with also court rulings. So what happens to our Maraga ruling going forward? Now, do we follow the mother comment that the hot air, or do we follow the precedents of what Maraga did and what they did, which was the right thing to do? So for me, the precedents of our constitution and our rulings, court rulings, is starting to affect me to where I'm asking, at what point will you go, like Okia Mtata used to go to the court and say, in the case of this and this and that? We are messing up our constitution with mafias and the rolling of our constitution and our courts. So our courts are starting to become just kitu ya upuzi yenye you can't even rule, because ukienda kujitetea na a case, they will come back and tell you, oh, hiyo ingine ilifanyika hivi na hivi na hivi. And it's a dangerous ground that we are playing, and these are the minute things behind everything that Kenyans are not really interrogating, and we need to interrogate those things so that we don't also set, it's like in your house where baba akisema hivi na mama amesema hivi, then there's no rule, and we'll end up like Somalia if we keep on doing that. I hope this time round it doesn't escape our fingers, that we hold that. And this mother, okay, actually, I would want to go somewhere deeper, but let me not do that. Stone, I have to run. I might be back. Themba, thank you, bana. Kujanga, hey, unawasha sasa. We're lucky, lakini yo yellow, ni ya Wakamba ndio nasikia umekataa, ndio umesema hiendi UD. We're claiming our patent, Wakamba bwana. Sawa. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'll leave for a while.
Okay. And while you are leaving my Kenyan with love, wacha tu nikwambie sasa, Wakenya wako mbele, naona si ndio tunaanza kurudi nyuma. Kenyans are so wako ahead. Hiyo maneno ya Maraga, maneno ya Kome, tuko mbele, we are rewriting history. That is the joy of it. We even will not have those references. We will only file what we think is correct. We are going to fire everybody who is not correct. Nakumbuka serikali ya Idi Amin vile ilifagiliwa. You know, we will do that because we are rewriting, and then we will be rebuilding or building a nation. You can imagine, to be a serious overhaul. And we don't have shortage of people of integrity, learned judges. We have to regain our glory. And that's why this is it. This is the moment. Hapa ndipo sasa. Welcome Nancy again. I can see Nancy wa Kenya, karibu. Kama una jambo, unaweza ukachukua usukani. Nancy wa Kenya.
Okay, I was just listening to what you're discussing about, but just wanted to ask Mr. G, what does he do? I see him all there like 24/7 and people walking around.
You can inbox him. Ama ndugu Themba unasemaje? Si hiyo ni ile ya ku DMS.
Hiyo sasa unaingia DM bana. Hiyo mambo ya ile watu wanafanya.
No, I'm married. My husband is here. Sorry. No,
No,
I'm just
no,
asking.
is
I was
that
just
about,
curious because
is that about,
24/7 is there. He said he's in Kenya, but I see him online and people walking around. So I'm like,
is that about marriage? Nobody has talked about marriage. We even don't care. We don't care if someone is married or not. That's not a requirement for here. We only say if you want to know someone more, you go to their whatever inbox, and then they'll tell you. Unless someone
but
volunteers.
I don't have
Unless,
his number.
and now you just go into inbox. Kuna private chat hapo, enda hapo, muulize dini yako, muulize afanya nini. We don't ask people their status or where they work or what they do. But if you find that there's someone whom you want to know more, there's a private chat there, unamuuliza too, then probably you can link up. Maybe you can network and you find maybe there are things that you can find helpful. Not just about getting married or not, but you see, sometimes networking is very important. People have networked here and have found jobs. People have networked here and have gotten help from other situations. So, I mean, it's always good to if you feel like someone is really, you never know. Some people might not, unless people volunteer information. You see, you can come here and tell us, like you have told us, I'm married. We didn't ask you, you have said. So, something like
I'm
that.
married. My husband is here listening. Yeah.
Yes. Some people like Alex comes with a baby. Other people to the platform. You volunteer information, we get to know. But he will get into the private chat. Just go to the private chat on your, I think on your right.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you chat him and he can let you know. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And something else. Second point, Mr. Ward. Today is Mr. Ward today as a mayor or UDA?
Mr. Wood County, when ndio unaulizwa Wood County.
Na maswali.
Are you today UDA or ODM or
Azimio? Azimio.
But the other day you are whatever. I'm confused. Okay, that's all. Let me stay here and listen to
the fact that the fact that you are in a movement fulani does not mean if you see something good on the other side, you cannot copy paste. You can say about it, but still insist. For instance, our governor, Simbarate, went and saw Ruto, but he came and explained to us the reason he did that was there is some money that is coming from UK, which is about 500, half a billion. And that money has to pass through the government in order to be the biggest cancer center. But he insisted, I will die with Baba. So it doesn't mean you can't work with people. You can, but not beyond a certain level.
Wood County. I know where Nancy is coming from, and I'm of the same school with Nancy. When it reaches to a revolution, which is where we are, there is no way you are going to dine with the enemy. Simba Arati, $500 million or no billion, Sai, we don't really care. And especially him being one of the pilot of whatever. You sometimes risk. In fact, he will not get that billion. From Ruto, he can forget it. It's all effort in futility. Ruto is ni mwizi. Sijui kwa nini mnataka kutumia lugha ingine. This guy is attacked. Tena mwizi sugu. Sasa atapatia Simba Arati $500 million. It's impossible. I don't see that. You can correct me.
No, it was a program that was started 3 years ago. And the money is arriving.
It will not work, Alex. Wood County, you know that. This guy has circumvented all. We have a program that was coming to Embu County to rehabilitate Embu level 5. Luckily, the governor is UDA. That's why the money will go there. But anybody else, if it's Azimio, hakuna. Hakuna.
Well, there's value in listening.
Yes.
There is value in listening.
There is no money that Ruto is going to give in a new DA area or the new DA governors. And he doesn't care. That is from the insiders of Ruto. Na anasema mutadu. Watu, this guy dawa tu ni kungoa. Jino kama limeoza ni kungoa. Mwizi kama ameingia kwa boma yako ni kutoka na mshale na rungu na hama na panga. Katakata. That is it. I said this from the beginning. People refused. Bomas tungepigana hapo sahi tungekuwa tunaongea Hague tukiwa si ndio president if they were to take us there. Uko na certificate hivi, uko na army, you are the commander in chief, but you are being accused that watu kadhaa walikufa pale Bomas, but umekalia kiti. Yes, that is what Ruto and Uhuru did. Jubilee, they did whatever they did. Mukawapeleka Hague 5 years, nothing happened. So we should have done whatever we needed to do at Bomas. Tulipoteleza pale kwa Supreme Court tungeiskata. Hata isitoe judgment, we would have scattered them. Kabisa. That is the way. Kenya mahali imefika uwezi kuiokoa ati na diplomacy. Nothing. It is terrible. Hata nikijua watu wanaongea Ruto. Ruto saa hii anatafuta vile ataua watu. Yes, Ruto wants to finish anybody who he thinks is going to sell him. Huyo whistleblower unafikiria angekuwa karibu shingo mungepata nini? Yala na miguu mpate mbere. You guys, you have forgotten who you are dealing with. Ati, you are threatening to take someone from presidency and you think he's there laying eggs? Kenyans, wake up, man. The guy is preparing like never before. Na yeye ndio anaendanga kama mbaya. I mean, you should learn from how he stole the election, honestly. Broad daylight, it was the cheapest way to steal an election. Hata afadhali ile ya 2017. Hii ya 2020 tuliibiwa kama ngetai kwa Kikalenjin, you know what it means. Kahe. Yani a small boy, ule hata ajabalehe, tulifanywa hivyo, tulichezewa hiyo mchezo hiyo. That's why I fear him, because he does it in the cheapest way. Na ajali kupita na shingo ya mtu. Even right now, why I keep on mobilizing na naambia watu tuende ile mbaya head on, ndio ajue sasa kimeumana. Lakini tukikaa hapa nini? Baba aende diplomacy to seal all the loopholes. But jeshi ya chini kwa chini, it is to sweep state out. In fact, we need to divide Baba siku ya Kibira. Tumwache hapo Kibira, tutampigia binja akuje kunywa chai state out. Wengine tukioga kwa swimming pool. That's what we are supposed to do. Exactly Sri Lanka way. We will reorganize ourselves later. I'm telling you, hata tumechoka.
Stone, unafanya nini hapa? Saa hii ungekuwa Kenya na Gaucho, hii kitu ingeshafanyika.
Mimi naruka
unataka ticket uende Kenya?
Mimi naruka, si ticket nimekosa, ninaingia in style and you see me in the front. Na si kiti natafuta. Just to make sure that the
hata Gaucho aongeangi hivyo.
No, I'm telling you, because we are finished. We either survive or we perish. Sincerely speaking, wale mko nje, mtakaa nje, you never go back to the country.
You know, Stone PK, hapo umekosea. Ati you either survive or you perish. It is either way you perish.
Indeed, remember you are right to correct me. Either.
You either perish. It's choosing how you're going to be cooked, because either way you'll be cooked.
Yeah.
So I can see we have still like 300 people. It is unfair to close the show kama bado watu wako wengi, show ndio imeanza. So I want to step out. Stone PK, si utaendelea mpaka watu wa nini? Mato yuko ya. Mato is on the background. He will close the show.
Sawa, hamna shida.
All right. See you guys tomorrow. God bless you.
Come back tomorrow. Don't miss.
I'll be
Yeah.
here tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Themba. Mr. G umeinua mkono.
I just wanted to add something. You know, PK umesema ukweli. I don't know what happened. Unakumbuka the day we vote. After voting, the next day, I think it took 2 days, Uhuru knew that Raila has won the election. Na wakaitisha mpaka hata tukasherekea. Kuna siku wameketi tukakuwa na kunywa masoda na kunywa juice. Walikuwa washajua tushapita. The following day tukaekewa mpaka red carpet.
Si juice peke yake. Mbona unasema ni tulikuwa tunakunywa kila kitu. Mtu anapewa ile anapeagwa. Sisi hatunanga hypocrisy. Ati unaenda Korea ndio unakunywa ile unakunywa, Kenya una pretend ni soda, wanasifiwe. Sema mtu alikuwa anakunywa chai, wa chai alikunywa chai, wa kitu yake akakunywa kitu yake, wa kulamba yake akalamba yake.
Na wabangi wakavuta bangi zao.
We had a celebration na tukacelebrate mpaka hata baba akawa anasema hii ndio last time tunasherehekea pamoja, next time utakuwa ni excellence. Hiyo ni vitu vilionekana mpaka kwa media tukaona. Now what happened? But you know, huyu madam alitufool, huyu madam Kome. The madam came kama redeemer. Unakumbuka the last time alikuwa naomba pale the prayer day, alikuwa anaomba mpaka tuna kweli huyu anakuja kutusave kabisa hapa, anaongea vinata score mzuri, amekataa ukora, hakuna corruption. Nashangaa the last time and the last day ambayo tuna expect kwa anakuja kuredeem is the day ambayo anatuingiza kwa shimo. But hata tusimlaume yeye peke yake, the whole team, I think the whole team will participate kutuingiza kwa shimo. Tusilaume Martha Koome peke yake, because I don't believe anaweza simama peke yake.
Actually, Mr. G, I disagree with you. Where the rain started precipitating is when we had the document. We won in all counties, in assemblies. It was passed in the Senate. It was passed. It was passed in the House, and we knew, and they knew that aside to BBI, because it was a cohesion document, so that we will never fight again about election. When the Supreme Court turned it down because of the ombudsman, Klaus only, that is when I knew. And you know, that is when Ruto celebrated. Remember how they celebrated? They really celebrated. So if you remember, that is when we could have started knowing that we have two enemies, Chebukati na Koome. So achana hiyo maneno ya makeups ya kuja prayer. BBI should have been a warning to us.
You know, Alex, you are right. Before someone else comes in, you know, some of these people, even when they are appointed, sisi watu wa chini, we know them so well. Mother Koome, like me, I know her personally. She was my father's lawyer for very many years. Nikiwa shule. Mpaka nikaenda college. Unajua, lakini unamsikiza, even the way she was, okay, of course she was handling well, but you could read a lot of cowardice. You could read, you know, you can listen to a judge and then you find some judge who has some assertiveness. I don't know whether you guys look into that. Even when you, by the way, even leaders. Huwezi kuwa na leader wa kila saa Bwana asifiwe, tuombe. That's a fake leader. Any leader who will always come and start talking about God, about prayers, and its politics, that's a fake one. He's lying to you. He's a conman, he's a thief. Because matters administration is not matters church. Even if you have a boss who comes in the meeting and starts saying, let's all pray before the meeting, forget about it. It's fake. Okay? It's nonsense. You can't do that. Most of them don't make it. Kuna mambo ya ofisi ya maadministration na mambo ya church. Mkienda kanisani Sunday na Saturday, that's when you talk those kind of things. Chiruba alikuwa na pray in every national meeting. He turned out to be the most devilish leader that you'll ever have come across. So there are some traits you see immediately, unaona. The only one who proved the opposite is Maraga. Maraga alinyonga watu akiongea tu polepole tu, he was soft. But you see, remember he had said during his interview, and that's when people said, ala, huyu mzee atakuwa mbaya. He made it and he prepared the people. He said, mimi church iko ndani, I will not even work on Saturday. Lakini kesi ile italetwa tu mbele yangu. Alex, if you can remember Maraga's words,
Yeah, I remember.
They wanted to reverse. You see, it stated from day one. He said, for me, yes, my faith is this, very committed, and everyone knows in Kenya, of course. But he said, on matters this job, ni vile hakuambia watu mtaitana, but from the way he talked, you could know this guy will be unwavering. Yeah. So whenever you hear people being in a lot of mellow, yeah, like now, if you look at he claims to be prince of is even more safety as himself. Look at all the families sincerely. Alafu naambia ati mjaji ati atajajua na kodi wake, atajajua na kodi gani? Hataenda kwa Mungu, ataenda kwa Shetani. He has all the powers over them. Yeah. And then at church, naomba, napiga makofi. He's in church for 1 hour, he's just talking about yule mtanga. And that's the person who said, oh, Kenya sasa iko in. And then mnasema anapeananga leaders. That's a phrase kwanza so much with all the fight. I don't think God gives people power, the right leaders. God hawezi toka kushia kiongozi. That's a lie. That's a lie. Akisikia umeletewa mambo kwa watu na huwa kwa labda ni God alileta. Blaming God. Ati unakaa chini, naomba Mungu shamba ulimi, naomba Mungu akunyeshie mvua ukupanda mbegu. Expect uvune. It's like holding a glass of poison and you say you swallow it in the name of God. You will save. You will die. See? So this is what Kenyans do about. You know, you are told that there are these people who are more safe, who are more godly than others. And that narrative is what has thrown us to where it is. You had people saying, especially Mulima, what that narrative is stupid. And that's why we are where we are. Because even if this guy we are 100%, angeweza kulipa hizo 5.1 million. So we are all to blame to some extent. Alafu hiyo kustop na kupiga pale Thomas, tuliambiwa unajua Kenya has a name internationally, we should not do things this way, we should not do it. And tunazidi kuumia. That's why we are on this TV lamenting. Because of Mungu atatusaidia. Why will God help you? You help yourself. Then God gives you strength to overcome. Kama sasa hii revolution, we are praying. There is a day we are going to have a very serious prayer. Na hiyo strike trust. Hiyo prayer ndio itaenda kubomoa state house. And we are ready to bomoa it by the way. Even if it's historic. Tutailipua. We will build another one. Hiyo kwanza ina maskani. Sababu iliingia mafake worshippers hapo wakafanya matambiko zao hapo. Yeah. And I'm saying on a very serious note. Kenyans mahali tumefika hata ile tu you're asking saa ngapi lini? Yeah? Lini? We are setting a pace. Wacha hii maneno ya Uganda na paso sijui nini. In fact, other Kenyans are saying it will be bloodless. There will be no blood from your side. No. If you went to Jakarta, is when you would have. People are policing themselves. People are talking to each other. People are buying tears to wait. People are buying food. They're sharing the brotherhood and sisterhood that you see on the other side. You've never seen it anywhere. The real brotherhood. The real system. Yeah. Let me stop there. I don't want to preach too much. me welcome anybody else who has something. I think there is kuna mtu amekuja hapa anataka kuingia.
Let me also remind Kenyans.
Yes.
The way Matiang'i, when he became the prime minister, he saw that to run this country, we need a single identifier. Then these people went to the Supreme Court and turned us down of the Huduma number. Now if you have to go to office, unaenda na kipande, unaenda na passport, unaenda na certificate, unaenda na title deed. You see, that nonsense yenye Supreme Court ilifanya iliturudisha nyuma, because that's what could have digitalized everything, so that those things are in a single identifier. So this Supreme Court, kutoka kitambo, it never passed anything Uhuru proposed, if you know. And we still believed in it. So I think there were signs, very important signs. How do you refuse something like Huduma number? Mahali birth certificate yako, mahali passport yako iko, mahali ID yako iko, mahali title. Ukienda tu hivi ni kuingia tu kwa computer, unawapea your number, alafu wanafanya nini? Wana identify. You don't have to have. When I go to hospital, I don't have to carry my insurance card. It is already digitalized there. So they were refusing it because of corruption. The other thing, this Supreme Court, Supreme Court na court mzima ilifanya. Unajua kuna time Sonko alidecide wakati walianza kumharass those Sonko leaks, and they were very damning, and he was very bold. He was giving videos and voice calls of the people he met, how much money he gave them. Yeah, and you know they have cabals who work proxily with them. So I think one thing, when Baba said, I have taken you as my deputy president, but has given you extra duties, our judiciary must reform. I think that thing also really scared these people, because there are evidence, judges being got billions of money, millions of money, openly. So that was also another thing that I saw. They really feared. Martha Karua is very effective, very adamant, very articulate, very brilliant, but also a performer. So the judges could not have done in favor of Azimio. And that's how we failed.
Thank you, Wood County. Yes, one day soon, one day very soon, one day soonest. Watu wanasema hii ni sauti ya chura. Sauti ya chura haiwezi kumzuia ng'ombe kunywa maji. Watajua ng'ombe huwa ameshajua, na akijua mahali chura wananini wengi, kuna kachura kadogo kale atameza pamoja na maji, na kakifika ndani ya tumbo, huyo ng'ombe atajua ajui. Atajua ajui. Ikisha meza ako kachura, itakimbia, inaruka juu, futi 8, futi 6, itajibonda, na kachura katatoka. Yes, Nancy wa Kenya, karibu.
Yeah. Hello? Yeah. Huyu Wood County, is he Azimio or is he he needs to tell me, is he Azimio or Kenya
Huyo ni
Kwanza?
diehard wa baba. Huyo ni diehard wa baba. Diehard wa baba.
Na bora jana alikuwa na act up.
Alisema ni Azimio. Wood County wewe uko kwa shida sana. Ambia huyo mrembo hiyo maneno anataka kujua. Jana kwani ulifanyaje? Yesterday I didn't come to the show. Wood nani Ebu tell me what happened. Wood.
Jana I was not in the show.
Ebu wait, Wood. Was it Jana Nancy? Ama juzi?
Yeah, I don't know if it's Jana or the other day.
The other day, what did he do?
What did I say?
So ulikuwa una trash Raila.
What happened?
No.
You know,
Ngoja. Wood County, ngoja kidogo tusikie. MG, what are you saying about Wood County as well?
okay, we were here with Alex, and we were discussing on this is the same thing that we are discussing right now, but ilifika wakati tukabaki peke yetu kama Azimio. Sasa tukaanza kuwa tuna fix mambo yetu sisi sasa kama Azimio. Tukawa tunaongea kwa kuna watu ambao tulipoteza ambao hatukufaa kuwapoteza. So kuenda pale awadai hata hapa kwa comment wakawa wamekasika, hawataki tuongee ukweli kuhusu kuna watu wamekosea. You see?
Sasa nyinyi mnaongea ukweli kwa international live TV, si mtakulwa na supporters hii.
Hapo ndo tulikosea.
You'll be murdered by the hii tunaongeanga nyuma ya curtain kwa baba pale Karen. Pale Karen ile kona ya baba. Alex knows. Hapo Karen ndio tunaenda tunakaanga na baba tunamwambia ukweli. Kama juzi vile aliambiwa maneno ya nani Aladwa. Although naye nani aliropokwa kwa rally. Angeenda kumwambia mahali huko chini. It's true, of course, we have some people who are lazy mara wako 50-50. You know, there are people who are doubting at where is this one going. Those are not revolutionists. And that's why sijui ni nani niliambia aende akasome. Kenyans these days we don't read. The generation of 1990, poor readers. Honestly, even that's why their English is very minimal. It's very dismal. You can't speak English if you don't read. English is built by reading, not listening. You can't build English by TikTok. Ni kusoma vitabu. So you can't understand revolution if you don't read.
Wanasikizanga Akodhe na Churchill.
Yes. Yeah.
Kenyan.
Yeah. So that's why you find them coming here and asking, so which way forward? Because you think revolution is like preparing tea. Chemsha maji, weka majani, koroga, inachemuka kama ni ya Kikenya, alafu unaitoa, unaweka sukari, una sieve, unakunywa. Revolution is not that.
Allow Matoto kama anasema nataka kutuambia nini happen. I need Matoto akuja hapa pia ndio tuongee ukweli.
Hiyo atakuja. So guys, what is happening is that what is gonna happen is something, it is uncharted waters. Wengi wetu wale tuko sahi, they've not seen it. They've not seen the Njoya thing, the Muge thing. They've not seen it. Ask most of these Kenyans today, the voters, wale walivote 2022, ask them when they ever, hata college, wengi wao wameenda university, hizi private, the ones that never go on strike. They didn't go to public university. Mahali ilikuwa Nairobi University ikigoma, the city does not go to work for 2, 3, 4 days. Yes, ukienda KU ikigoma, either Thika Road inakuwa no go zone. Our 1990s have not seen those kind of things, Alex. I'm telling you. Wengine wameenda USIU, sijui wapi, hii za Serelak hizi. Alafu unasoma form 4, umetumwa US, Canada, alafu unakuja hapa kwa panel kujaribu kuanalyze politics. You can't make it. Yes, Nancy.
Yeah, me, I just wanted to say, me, I'm just here for politics. That's all. I'm not here for anything else. I have a husband, and I want to show you my baby.
No. No, it's not a must. We don't need to. We know we are here.
We don't do that. This show is a political show. It's not a love show. That one we can't agree.
Unless
it's a political show, and that's why there was a time we started tukimaliza jioni tunasoma Lingala, tukimaliza tunaongeongea vitu ziko funny tukapata no, we are degenerating. We were not talking issues. So we decided it's a political show and it must remain so.
Unless he's also interested in politics, why not? No problem. He's free to.
Yeah, he's interested.
Yeah, he can say hi
Baby,
to us
babe,
and comment.
baby, come. Just come. Okay, just come. Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, that is why we are in this channel. It's about politics and very serious politics. It's not. It's no longer a debate. We debated before elections. That's when we were debating Azimio versus UDA, who is better and all that. Tukamaliza debate. Then kukaletwa wizi. So now we are chasing the thief.
Come tell them you're not interested. Come.
I don't want to tell anybody anything. I don't want to say anything to anybody.
Just come.
Just deal with them yourself, please. I don't want to be involved with all these political stuff. I just want to stay away from every limelight.
Okay.
As possible.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, let us not degenerate the show. This, there are people who come and watch it later on. Manana baby. I think hata mwenye Mutembei atakasirika na sisi, especially when we remain, because Bernard wants us that when.
So now you know what I want to do, guys. If we exhaust the topic, we just say last word, final word, and then we close the show.
I think so.
Yeah, if you have exhausted, I think we have exhausted. We've done 10 hours. So just give you a last final submission on the topic. Okay. Summary, 1 or 2 minutes, and then we go around.
Okay. What are we talking about? Okay. Yeah.
Normally, let me guide you, Nancy.
You know, me, I'm just worried about Ruto. He lied to us that it's bottom up. There's nothing like bottom up. If anyone has seen anything like bottom up, please tell me. There's nothing like bottom up. Bottom up is getting Uhuru to pay tax. Uhuru is up. He's not bottom. Releasing criminals is not bottom up. Like Asha Juma and all those people that's not bottom up. That's up bottom. Just show me something at the bottom up. Bottom up is getting Jakuo. Is it Jakuo? Those people, like, of course, he doesn't have any hustlers in his place. Bottom up is getting hustlers like Jaka Awo or the other one, but he doesn't have such people. You know, there's nothing like bottom up. That's my submission.
Thank you very much. Let's go to Alex and then Mr. G.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
And I like what you have said. I've always admired these boys of EFF. When they were suspended from ANC, they decided to go read about revolution. They decided they read about Savimbi, they read about Fidel Castro. They went to China, they read, who else? There's one more, I've forgotten him. So, when they came and sat down, because they started from bootstrap, they did not have money, they did not have an office. I mean, you can understand starting a party from bootstrap, Mr. Stone PK. But what made them to be supported by supporters is because they read. When they are in parliament, you know, they have made Mbeki resign, they have made Zuma resign, they are going to make, and they're not joking. Every day Zuma stood in that parliament, they could shout until wanatolewa na maaskari, pay back the money, pay back the money. And ANC thought that Zuma will never go. ANC thought that Zuma will never go. By that time, they were not even 47, they were 23. And more particularly, Malema, Shivambu, Ndozi, and the other lawyer, I've forgotten his name, and Mpofu. But Mpofu was just advising them on how to do things legally. So if we want a movement that is vibrant, we cannot have people in the podium who speak nonsense. You know, there is a way they do things. They have annual conferences, they have summits, they have strategic group called War Room. I mean, enda angalia the whole structure ya EFF. That's where ODM is missing. They take 2 months, they go to universities and have rallies there, lectures. During COVID, they were having EFF book club. Anybody interested, you can go see how they were reading books. Ndozi read, Shivambu read, they called P.A. Lumumba. I mean, they are so organized. They are now 46. And they said and they vowed, Ramaphosa must resign. And when they stand there, because of their nature of English and brilliancy, unajua mtu hata kama hayuko na wewe but is very bright, naturally unamsikiza. Very eloquent. Saa ingine wanapata ANC wako na mandrits, mongols, who when they stand up to speak, you don't want even to listen. So I agree.
Umeshafika hapo nini?
I agree with you, Stone PK. Those who lead are those who read. Makau Mutua showed it. Baba showed it. Kalonzo showed it. Matiang'i shows it. Okay? You can know leaders that read, but you can see leaders who are there for power, not leadership. You educate yourself because you don't know everything. And the world is revolving and changing all the time. Yeah. So there are some basic books people should have read. The other interview that Babu Wino had with Muredi, you could see a person that reads. And that's why when he speaks, we listen. Yeah? So I think you are right on that. If we also want to succeed, we should start Mutembei Book Club. Nakuja hapa tunasoma kidogo. We don't have just to talk about politics. We must learn some few things on how EFF structure is, how they are able to go to universities. There is EFF in every university in South Africa. Here, EFF has structures, has a chairman, has military people, has strategic people. If only, and then they have women league, they have education league. They have structured these things in a way that is very organized. And now that we are receiving money for parties, ODM got a lot of money. ODM should be going universities to recruit. I think I feel so bad. Do you even know the ODM student leader? You don't know. We don't know them because they love power, not leadership. Once they get there, they don't structure money financially that itaenda to educate our people on why. Lastly, Malema has recruited ile massive recruitment. Now they have register of their own supporters. He has registered almost 2 million. Have we registered our people, especially young people? We say we are in ODM, but we have not registered. And in that registry, they ask you, please send only 10 rands for operational. So they are self-serviced. They don't depend on corporations, because corporations, when they do that, they have interest. So they can tell you, don't say this, work for us this way. So I think, as you said, we need a serious movement. That's all I could say.
Thank you, Wood Kenya. It is true. Let me welcome Bwana Pogon, and then of course we go to Leah. Pogon, karibu. We were just winding up. Leah, utaniambia how many people are still watching. We had remained few tukakua.
No, there are several people still watching. I can see 230 still watching you.
Yeah, but again, you know, panelists should be rich. Tusizunguke if we. Yeah. Okay, Bwana Pogon.
Yeah, true. We should be rich, and actually we should be very, very focused, especially to go to Nasoma Science of Times. We are way past campaigning. Actually, I was very, very, very disappointed nikiamka asubuhi. Jana nimekuwa niko kazi, so nilipoamka asubuhi alafu nikapata discussion imekuwa tuna entertain diversionary views, tunajaribu kuji-explain to the likes of Duke. Na ni kama tunapoteza mwelekeo on a serious note, kwa sababu this guy ameamua, in fact he's just coming here to get a spotlight, kujaribu kushine his ignorance, because who doesn't know that what is hailing us right now is nothing else. It's not about the campaigns. We did it successfully, we got what we got, and then it was not stolen, it was robbed. Everything that has happened from campaign period until now, hizo ni catalysts, hizo ni vitu zenye zinaongeza sasa hasira, in fact to their people, to the people that voted for their leaders. But for us, it's all about our stolen victory. That is what we want. In fact, the point yenye sisi tunaongelea hapa hivi saizi ni baba, we know the destination is State House. We are only coming to you. You are our Google map. Show us the direction. Colors. Hizi zingine hii ati kujaribu kwanza kuji-explain. The dossier is out. It's in the public domain. Why are you giving us now the need to go and again to do investigation and scrutiny to something that is out? You can do that yourself. You can convince yourself if it is if it's credible or not. In fact, for me, like I've always been saying, that the people who are going to sing the praises of Raila is not for us who's been following Raila. No. In fact, even for right now, we don't need to know what lies ahead. We just need to fall back and submit ourselves to the following of Raila. Na saizi tuna dictate kitu moja. The only one thing yenye tuna lead Raila ni kuwa, now we are demanding you. We are asking you for direction to take us to State House. Achana hii mambo zingine hii sijui ya nini. Wenye wataimba sifa ni watu wa UDA. Wenye watafanya explanation na wanahitaji explanation ya wizi ya kura vile ilifanyika ni watu wa UDA. If they need to discuss that one, let them put up their own channel and then discuss that one, debate among themselves. Let's not indulge. We are losing many hours, plenty of hours. People are so psyched. And when you're bringing these too many questions, we are keeping people now confused. You see, because of these explanations, I got Ward County. I got him very well. Nilimwelewa vizuri kabisa. But because there are some of us, wenye wanahitaji vitu ikuwe broken down kidogo, and that's why they're thinking, let's change allegiance at some point. But no. Alikuwa anajaribu tu kufanya house check, kuangalia, kujaribu kuput things in order na kujaribu kuvoice out. I think even in that regard, We need a different house that is exclusive to only watu wa ODM na kuanza kujaribu kupanga nyumba. But here we should be very very focused. This is what we want. Lakini mambo ingine hii ati sijui tuanze kudiscuss nini, tunapoteza muda. Now nilikuwa nasema kuhusu mambo ya hii Jacaranda vile imekuja almost karibu Feb na tukapata hiyo turnout. I'm very sure it would not be the same if it came a little earlier, because we've had the time. The catalyst has started working, and the people that were not even on our side are trooping in. They are trooping in, meaning people are starting to their eyes are starting to open. In fact, they questioned it. They questioned the illegitimacy, and they got convinced that this is not the leader. And now vile imefanyika mpaka mahali penye tumefika, it means hiyo time yenye imefanyika Ruto failures zake sasa inatusaidia. We should use that one. These are the things that we should be discussing moving forward. Yeah. So hiyo ndio nilikuwa nataka kusema tu kwa sasa, lakini niko hapa hivi tu. Acha kidogo niko a little jumpy because I have so much in my head. Thank you.
Thank you, Pogon, for really coming in and umesema what some of us strongly believe in. Ndio nilikuwa naambia, sijui nani niliambia, hii train imeenda, tuko mbali kabisa sana. In fact, for me, when I see Duke coming in here, ni vile sitakai kumtoa. I'm saying the truth. I can't stand nonsense. Who is he for us to start teaching and to start explaining? That is where I differ. If I had the right, I would kick such people out because it's a waste of time. And I keep on saying, if this is going to be debate, I'll go away. Me, I don't come here to debate. I'm here to sensitize and raise awareness of a stolen, of a thief, to meshika mwizi. For me now, the channel is to rally. In fact, it should be pure Azimio. Pure Azimio. Purely Azimio. And purely rebellion. In fact, I don't know, some of you who listen to some of the TVs in the US, like the Fox and the rest, there is one TV that is purely Trump and the Republican. They talk all the S about Democrat, and they don't care. Yeah. So for me here, in fact, we should be able to bring even people from the wale vijana wako huko wanaitwaje huko mashinani, kansula wa Korokocho ule nani nimesahau jina yake. Those are the people who are supposed to come on this TV. We give them time, plenty of time for them to sensitize. Our field staff should be interviewing people, sensitizing huko, because this is war, and it's not about tuombe ati Kenya isisambaratike. Tunawambia hii ni vita tunaenda. Huwezi enda vita ukisema sijui ati unajua hata unavaa suti na tai sijui nini, hata unabeba Biblia kwa mkono ati sisi ni wa Kenya. Kwanza, I hate this phrase that we are all Kenyans. We all know we are Kenyans. Why are you reminding me? Those are very cowardice statements. Ati unajua hii nchi ni yetu. Who said ni ya Waganda? Hii nchi si ya Waganda ama wa Tanzania. You don't remind Stone PK kwamba ni Mkenya. But you know, we are brothers and sisters. We are not. There is no brotherhood in Kenya. Brotherhood will be built by Raila Amolo Odinga. The tenet of brotherhood cannot be done on extreme capitalism. They have never thrived. Brotherhood has never survived and thrived in extreme capitalism. Hiyo usidanganyane. You tell me Tanzania kuna brotherhood, I'll say yes. West Africa kuna brotherhood in some countries, I'll tell you yes. But in Kenya, ati mtu anakuita bro. Hiyo bro ya huko ni kaa ya Amerika. Bro. Hata anakutia kisu kwa shingo na anakuita bro. So let us make this thing. The revolution is real. Na revolution ni kuenda. Kikwetu tunasema ukifika kwa mtu kama ulikuwa umeenda kuoga. Unaingianga umevua nguo zote. Unakuwa ndethes. Ndio uoge. Huwezi oga ukiwa umevaa pant. That's a lie. Ukifika mtoni unatoa kila kitu, unakuwa ndethes. Ndio unaoga. Ndio ukuwe umeosha kila party ya body. Revolution uendangi ati 50-50. Ati Alafu revolution pia uendi kila saa unasema unasimama ati sijui uangalie ni nani anakufuata, ule amebaki shauri yake. When you mkifika kule Kings, zile tunapika chai pale kwa hiyo kitchen ile ya pale nyuma pale State House, ndio nataka kuangalia ama Alex yuko karibu nimpitishie. Na tukishatoa hizo mabacon zile zimewekwa huko juu, kwanza tutazikula zote. Unaangalia ni nani wako area share. That is it. So Pogon, I agree with you 120%. We don't have time to explain to these people what our strategy is. Forwards ever, backwards never. Mr. G. Oh, sorry, not Mr. G. Leo alikuwa na kitu. Mr. G.
All right. Thank you, Stone. I like the way you normally say the words the way they are, not the way people want to hear them. It's a richer point whereby we need to hold the situation the way it is. We no longer need to pretend that, we are brothers or, we are one. We already know we are Kenyans, and we already know you can't reside in Kenya if you are not a Kenyan, unless you are paying for some visa. So we need not lie to ourselves. So somebody was asking, what are you supposed to do? The most important thing in a revolution, or for you to realize change, is messaging. We need consistent and constant messaging. So this message should reach our people and the people that we want to join our movement. And the message must resonate well with them, even if it is a matter of sending text messages, sending WhatsApp messages, sending messages. We need to communicate and get in touch with people each and every time. So we need, first of all, to recruit. Recruit at your own capacity. Stone PK, how many people have you recruited? You should be having, like I say, when I come here, I have 10 people that listen to me. People I communicate to daily. People I pass information to daily. People I incite daily. I'm sorry to use the word inciting. I think it is an English word. Incitement can be positive. Because to give people psych, you're just inciting them. When people go for matches, they get incited. Those people who play boxing, you have to incite. You have to incite them. So how many people do I have? You need to have, like, you call them your branches. Me as Pogon, how many people do I reach daily and give message? How many people do I inform of the bad things? Ni wangapi ninawakasirisha kila siku? So after recruiting, we also need to have training. You need to train them well, that when you have to speak, this is what you want to say, you have to say. When you have to counter, this is what you have to say. So they need to be organized and trained. We need to have a syllabus whereby these things sticks in their mind. Hao ndio watu ukiwaambia tunaenda kutembea State House, they don't change their mind. They've been trained, they've been encouraged, and they know their cause. So that, sazilo umeita, for example, mkutano, you might be 1,000 people. Kuna wengine wamekuja hawana idea. They are just there. So these are the people who will not make decisions. But kama uko na watu wajua, these guys have already trained them, they are informed, they are more incited, they know the cause and they believe in the cause. So sazila anatoka nyumbani akijua naenda wapi. Si eti ametoka tu nyumbani na ajui. So we need to get organized. We need to do it consistently. Like this channel, I think we can use this channel very well, so that anybody who comes to watch this channel, they know that when they come here, we are not preaching here. When they come here, we are not teaching CBC things here. So they know the content of this channel. For example, there are those people who normally watch the channel of this man called Andrew Kibe. So if you go in Andrew's Kibe, umejua pale unaenda moshene. So if you are seeking for the truth or something serious, don't go there. If you're looking for motivation, go there. Pale unaendea moshene, and the language there is vulgar, so you must get used to it. So wherever you are there, you subscribe to it. So the same should happen here. Ukikuja hapa, unajua hapo unakuja revolution. We are rebels, we are anti-government, and that is the language. So if you are coming here to expect a different thing, then forget about it. Somebody called on YouTube is sharing some YouTube. You're not watching those videos of yours. The first song yenye Unyia limba, 90% of it ilikuwa ni tibim. Na hiyo ndio wimbo watu walikuwa wanasikiza. Apart from that, hizi wimbo zingine unaimbanga, they only take 2 months na dini zao zimeisha. So you cannot sing some ridiculous songs na unaanza kushare hapa kwa nini. We need to tell this kind of people to stop their kind of nonsense. So delete that comment, because we are deleting it. We are not going to listen to such things. Unatoa wimbo na inamaliza wiki moja haijafikisha hata 1000 views, na mwingine ametoa 2 hours iko na 60k views, and you want to tell us you are a musician. Wewe ni dancer, sio musician. Sorry, Stone PK. Thank you.
One thing. Kuna kitu yenye leo amesema hapo hivyo kuhusu channel ya